game at a bigger scale, obviously with the platform that she's created for herself, and then that's transitioned to the game. It's huge. And I think, like, for me, especially as a point guard and as someone that's delivering a lot of the passes that lead to shots, like, if I miss, she's definitely going to say, like, you got the next one. Like, I can count on her for keeping me, like, confident and positive. So yeah, I think that shows the player that she is and the leader she is as a point guard.
Lexie Hall started the 2024 WNBA season on the brink of being forgotten. Drafted 6th overall in 2022, the former collegiate star who had once shone on Stanford's national championship team struggled to find her place under the coaching of Christy Sides. Hall's minutes dwindled, and as others stepped ahead of her in the rotation, fans began to doubt if she'd ever fulfill her potential. But then, Caitlin Clark arrived, a generational talent whose electrifying style wasn't just a game-changer for the Fever's offense, but also a catalyst for the team's culture and Hall's resurgence. In her candid interview with She's for Sports and the Dunker Spot, Hall opened up about the transformative impact of Clark's leadership. So what happened behind the scenes? How did Clark's arrival redefine Hall's career trajectory? And what does this story reveal about the rise of the Indiana Fever? The 2024 season couldn't have started worse for Hall. Despite being a top pick, she found herself relegated to the sidelines, watching players like Katie Lou Samuelson and Christy Wallace take the minutes she once dreamed of. Adjusting to life in the WNBA, where competition is fierce and patience is tested, was no easy task. For Hall, the transition from college star to professional bench player was mentally and emotionally grueling. The Fever, too, were struggling, opening the season with a dismal 1-8 record. Criticism swirled about coaching decisions, defensive breakdowns, and the lack of chemistry within the team. As fans grew impatient, the locker room bore the brunt of the tension. Hall, however, stayed committed, pouring herself into practices, sharpening her cutting and shooting, and waiting for her moment to shine. Then came Caitlin Clark, a player whose reputation for jaw-dropping highlights and relentless competitiveness preceded her. From the moment she entered the Fever's locker room, things changed. Ticket sales surged, fan buzz reached new heights, and practices became intense and energetic. "We play against guys in practice," Hall said with a laugh. "If they're not winning, Caitlin's going to do everything she can to make sure they're competing." Clark's court vision and ability to see plays unfold transformed the Fever's offense. Suddenly, Hall found herself wide open in spaces she hadn't been before. "She's making passes I didn't think were possible," Hall said, marveling at Clark's knack for creating opportunities. Clark's impact went beyond the court. Her maturity and leadership quickly resonated with the team, fostering a sense of unity and accountability. The Fever's practices evolved into high-stakes scrimmages where players were pushed to their limits. Hall credited these intense sessions as a turning point for the team. "If something wasn't working, Caitlin wasn't afraid to push us to fix it," she recalled. Her energy was contagious. This cultural transformation extended to game nights, where packed arenas and roaring crowds injected the team with newfound confidence. The Fever began winning, and Hall's role expanded. No longer just a bench player, she became an integral part of the offense. "Kelsey and Caitlin draw so much attention," Hall explained. "That opens up lanes for players like me to make cuts and find openings." As the Fever's chemistry blossomed, so did their performance. Hall's hard work paid off with improved shooting percentages and key contributions in clutch moments. Meanwhile, the Fever's identity as a team transformed. "We never turned on each other," Hall shared. "That mindset, that unity, that's what got us through those tough times." The Fever's rise ignited a passionate fan base, with social media abuzz and arenas packed to the rafters. The team, once an afterthought, was now a playoff contender aiming to redefine its legacy. With success came the pressures of fame. Hall described how grocery store trips turned into impromptu meet and greets. Social media feedback became a double-edged sword, both inspiring and overwhelming. The Fever leaned on their tight-knit locker room to stay grounded, shielding one another from external pressures while focusing on growth and camaraderie. The Fever's extraordinary turnaround was about more than basketball. For Hall, it was a testament to resilience and perseverance. For the team, it was proof that culture, trust, and hard work could transform any situation. With Clark's leadership, Hull's resurgence and stars like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell in the mix, the Fever's future is brighter than ever. As Hull put it, we're not just playing for ourselves. We're playing for something bigger. The question now is not whether the Fever can compete, but how far they can go. Can they cement their place among the WNBA's elite? Only time will tell. Where do you see the Fever next season? Let us know in the comments.